Hello friends, in this video I am going to explain some very important topics for MSc entrance examinations. So I have collected 2018 MSc entrance question paper. Basically these questions are present everywhere in any competitive exams for MSc entrance. And these questions are from coordination complexes. Here the first question in Usmania University Common Entrance Test 2018 paper is, which of the following pair of compounds have metal atom in their highest oxidation state? Here they given four options. Each option consists of two compounds. So we have to find the oxidation state of each compound and we have to finalize the pair with maximum oxidation state. So here I am going to explain the concept. Instead of solving this question, I will explain the concept using these options and you get clear cut idea about the concept, and you can solve any other questions based on this model. So it is very useful. So now we are going to our content. So how to solve this question actually? So first read the question carefully once again. Which of the following pair of compounds have metal atom in their highest oxidation state? So we have metal atoms along with its bonded surrounded atoms. Here we have two oxygen atoms, here we have three chloride ions, and here we have four oxygen atoms. So like that we have different substituents along with the metal atoms. So for this you have to consider like as I said. Here our main aim is to finding out the oxidation state of metal atom. So let us consider that oxidation state of that particular metal atom as X, and then we know that oxygen is a bivalent atom, and we know that oxygen is the one of the most electronegative element in the periodic table. Here the fluoride is the first highest electronegative element in the periodic table, and then oxygen is the second most electronegative element in the periodic table, and which is having electronic configuration as 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So by gaining two electrons from the its bonded atoms, it fulfill its octet configuration. And so we have mentioned that oxygen is as bivalent, so it has -2 charge. So one oxygen is consist of -2 charge, and here we have two oxygen atoms. So oxidation state with respect to manganese X we have to consider as X, and with respect to one oxygen is -2. So we have two oxygen atoms, and this overall compound is a neutral one because there is no charge present on its overall. So we have to equalize to 0. Then X minus 2 into -2 is equals to -4. So X minus 4 equals to 0, and X is equals to +4. So this is the oxidation state of manganese. So our first compound in the first option is completed. So similarly like this we have to solve oxidation state for every metal atom in the given options. So when it comes to second compound, that is ferric chloride, FeCl3. So now first step is to consider the oxidation state of iron as X, and we have 3 chloride ions. Each chloride ion is -1 and it is a neutral molecule, so equalize to 0. Then x 3 into -1 is equals to -3, x -3 is equals to 0, x equals to +3. So like this we have to solve this. So remember that for oxygen the charge is always in general it is -2, and for halides it is always -1, as we know that it is a monovalent atoms. And in option 2 we have negative charge. See, some compounds are with a negative charge on it. So in that case when the compounds are in ionic state we have to follow this. I have written here very clearly. See, when the given compounds are ionic, whether they may be cationic or anionic or cationic, we have to follow this method. See, we have manganese with 4 oxygen around the manganese and -1 charge on the overall complex. Here the first step here we have to do is just consider the oxidation state of the particular metal atom as X, and we have 4 oxygen atoms. So 4, I have written here 4, and each oxygen atom is -2. I already said here how the charge is -2, and then we have to equalize this total thing to the charge present on the overall compound. Here for this particular complex we have -1 charge on the overall sphere, so I equalize it to -1. So x is equals to -1, 4 2 ja 8. We have minus charge, so -8. When it comes to this side it becomes +8. X is equals to +7. So this is the oxidation state on this particular metal atom, that is manganese with +7 charge. Here manganese with +7 charge means there is no valency electrons in this manganese, that is 3d in manganese with neutral charge with 0 charge on it. It has 3d5 4s2, but it becomes +7. That means here it loses 2 electrons from 4s orbital and also 5 electrons from 3d orbital. So it becomes Mn +7 means 3d0 4s0, like that we have to consider. And then similarly for this complex we have 4 chloride ions bonded to this cobalt. So consider the charge of this cobalt as X, and then we know that each halide is a monovalent with a negative charge. So we have 4 chloride ions, so 4 into -1 with respect to each chloride ion. So the overall charge present on this complex is -1. So here I have mentioned it as -1. If here it is +1, then we have to just take it as +1. So now x -4 equals to -1. X is equals to -1 plus 4. Then the overall the x is equals to +3. So the oxidation state of cobalt is +3 here. So like this we have to calculate. So our options here, they given this 4 options. I have calculated for this one and also for this one and this one. So now your duty is to calculate the oxidation state for this one and the third option, and you finalize the particular answer. Here the direct answer I can say this because I know the how to calculate, but test yourself and finalize the answer. Here we got option is this because here we have chromium with 2 oxygen atoms and 2 chloride ions. So consider the oxidation state of chloride chromium as X, and we have 2 oxygen atoms, each one carrying -2 charge, and 2 chloride ions, each one carrying -1 charge, and this total overall molecule is a neutral one, so equals to 0. X -4 -2 is equals to 0. X is equals to +6. So in option 2, manganese is exist with its maximum oxidation state, and chromium is also in its maximum oxidation state, that is 3d6. So our option is second one. So here I am main aim is to give the concept, not the option for correct option for this particular question. So do well and practice this both options also. Now here our next question is identify the correct pair from the following. So here we have 4 pairs. Which pair is correct in the given options? So we have to select the correct pair from the following options. So now for solving this question, you have to know some basics about the electronic configuration of particular metal atoms present in the given compounds, and also the main thing here we have to know is the type of ligand. Here all these compounds are complexes, metal complexes, and here we have complexes. So we have to know the nature of these particular complexes, whether they are neutral or ionic. And if they are ionic, they may be cationic or they may be anionic. So we have to know the type of ligand. So for that you may refer any 10+ textbooks or intermediate degree level textbooks. You can find anywhere in the chemistry inorganic textbooks. So now here I explain the way how to solve that question. First of all, we have zinc with hexa-aqua ligands with +2 charge on this complex. So here the step 1 we have to do is to just find the oxidation state of a respective metal atom in the complex. Here how to calculate the oxidation state I have explained in the last question. So now we have aqua molecule, that is water molecule, H2O. So H2O is a neutral and weak field ligand, and here zinc in its neutral state, the electronic configuration is 3d10 4s2. The valency electronic configuration of zinc, that is 30th element of periodic table, is 3d10 4s2. And when here I said that aqua molecule is a neutral molecule with no charge present on it. So now we have to find the oxidation state. So consider the oxidation state of zinc as X, and we have 6 aqua molecules, each having 0 charge on it, and we have to equalize the overall thing to this charge present on the overall complex, that is +2. So X is equals to +2 because 6 into 0 is 0, something into 0 is 0, so X is equals to +2. So now the oxidation state of zinc is +2. So it loses 2 electrons from its outermost orbital, that is it loses 2 electrons from 4s orbital, and it becomes 4s0, 3d10 4s0. So I have written that here. And now when it comes to orbital filling, so we have to fill the electrons in these 5 orbitals of 3d, and there is no electrons in 4s. So I have filled all these electrons. Now our answer is came here because all the electrons in these orbitals are paired up. There is no unpaired electrons, so it is a diamagnetic. If there exist any unpaired electrons in the orbitals, then that particular molecule or complex is said to be paramagnetic. But here there is no electrons in there is no unpaired electrons in the orbital, so it is a diamagnetic. So the first pair, that is they mention this particular complex is paramagnetic, but the statement is wrong, so our option 1 is not correct. So when it goes for second option and third option, I am going to explain now. So see, here you can observe what is the effect of strong field ligands and weak field ligands. Here generally halides are weak field ligands. Remember that halides are weak field ligands, but they are mononegative ligands. They have -1 charge on it, and amine is also a weak field ligand, but sometimes it acts as strong field ligand. Here in this case, when it bonded with cobalt, it acts as a strong field ligand. So now our first step is we have to find the oxidation state of metal atom. So we have cobalt, so consider it as X, and we have 6 fluoride ligands, so 6 into -1, and we have -3 charge on it, so we have to equalize to that. Then X is equals to -3, and this when -6 comes to this side, it becomes +6, and X is equals to +3. So now the charge is the oxidation state present on this cobalt is +3. So when cobalt is in neutral form, the electronic configuration is 3d7 4s2, but when it comes to +3, it becomes 3d6 4s0, because it loses 3 electrons from 4s orbital and 3d orbital and becomes 3d6 4s0. And now the orbital filling takes place like this. We have to follow Hund's rule while filling the electrons in the orbitals. So only one orbital is filled with 2 electrons, that is paired up, and we have 4 unpaired electrons. Due to the weak field nature of the ligand, there is no change in the orientation of these electrons in the orbitals. So we have 4 unpaired electrons. So it is not a diamagnetic, it is a paramagnetic, because weak field ligand does not change any electron filling in the orbitals. But when it comes to the strong field ligands, here cobalt is a neutral molecule and it is having 0 charge and act as strong field ligand in the case of cobalt. So the oxidation state of cobalt is now +3, because it is having 0 charge. So 6 into 0, it becomes 0. With respect to each amine, it is 0. So cobalt is with +3 charge, because the charge present on its coordination pair is +3. But when it comes to orbital electron filling, see, observe here, it is also having 3d6 4s0, and here also it is having 3d6 4s0. And in general case, the electronic pairing takes place like this. But when the case of strong field ligands, these electrons will come to pair up with these unpaired electrons. All unpaired electrons are gets paired and leave these empty orbitals for metal and ligand bonding. That is, here the hybridization is D2 sp3, because here we have 6 ligands, and these 6 ligands are strong field ligands. So the electrons are paired up, and we have the empty d orbitals and empty s and p orbitals. Therefore the hybridization for this cobalt hexammine complex is d2sp3, and here all the electrons are paired up. Therefore the given complex is diamagnetic, and this is the way to calculate the whether the compound is diamagnetic or paramagnetic, and this is a way to identify the hybridization of the given complex.